So, Lucinda Ellery, a very, very interesting life indeed, and hopefully she'll explain a little bit about overcoming obstacles in your way and how you can build up a business through a setback yourself. How you can come up with an idea because it is something you are lacking yourself. Can I explain what that is, Lucinda? Okay, so Lucinda lost all her hair when something devastating happened in her life, when she lost a family member, and people deal with stress in different ways. And in Lucinda's case, she had lovely, long, blonde hair, lost it all overnight through being stressed, upset, and depressed. So she thought, what am I going to do? Find a wig? What am I going to do? How am I going to look the way I looked? And then she realised if something like that's happened to her, it might have happened to other people. So she went on a whole journey to do hair extensions and transform people's lives, not just hers, but lots of other people who could lose their hair through maybe cancer treatment, maybe through alopecia, maybe through pulling out their own hair, through various different things. And she then went on a mission to help women, not just in the UK, but now right around the world, to get their hair back and to have, as some people call it, their crowning glory. And that is all about confidence. Because if you lose something like that, you could lose all your confidence overnight and not want to go out and face the world. So that's some journey, isn't it? And I've said it in a short and compact way, but Lou, you can tell it much better than me, but you can fill in the details as you go.
Hi guys, this is a serious honour to be here. It's very nerve-wracking as well. Very nerve-wracking. Actually, I lost 2/3 of my hair overnight, not all of it. And I did a big comb over. Bobby Charlton in the day, which you've never heard of at your age, that's for sure. Well, obviously I'm at advanced years here, but I don't believe in age at all. I'm never, ever going to get old. Ever, ever, ever. Because life is a state of mind. I have a business, yes, Esther's right. I employ upwards of 150 people. We're not digital, IBM, but it's a biggish company now. And we have studios in London, and Manchester, which was my second one, then Edinburgh, and down south in Solihull here, and in Bristol and Southampton and New York and Los Angeles and soon to be Texas and already in Boston. So we have moved our company. My children are part of that. So when I was very little, she told you, my father died, in fact, and my mother had to put me into a place where the children are looked after because she hadn't got any money or anything else. So there I was in the big wide world all on my own, which was really kind of a challenge, if you like. I have to say, I absolutely loathed school. I was dreadful. I didn't talk to anybody because I was somewhat dyslexic, which has really corrected itself, but I could add up anything in my head. If you told me what something was, I'd be able to tell you what it would cost over 10 years, 20 years, 30 years in my head. So I've always been good with figures, but just about nothing else. As I went through growing up, I virtually don't really remember what it's like to be your age. All I know is I never want to be it again, ever. And I know how tough it is to be your age, but it's also full of opportunity and things that you can... I wish I knew at your age what I now kind of know better today. But I got married very young, because that was the thing to do. You know, I had a boyfriend, and at that time it was, well, when are you getting married and having children? So that was the next thing. And I was 18, and by the time I was 23 or 4, which is not even 10 years older than you guys, I had 3 kids, no money, no maintenance, no partner, no nothing. So I was working in pubs and restaurants, and, you know, I didn't really train for anything, but I moved on and upwards. But as time went on, I learnt very, very interesting things. So what I would talk about would be something quite different from these fantastic speakers that you've got here with what they've done in their lives. I learnt that this is going to sound odd, so I'm going to lay it out there anyway. You know, my family think I'm a wizard with the fairies anyway, but I learnt that the brain is 6 inches of smouldering protein, biodegradable, edible and variable, and that I didn't want to be ruled by a muscle. I knew that I could see all the things around me, but I could never see a thought, and yet I knew it was there. So it intrigued me, really, because I have always had a busy, inquiring mind. I'm going to read a few things to remind myself, but, you know, it's already out there. You know, the guys are saying you have huge ups and huge downs, and I think it's like a wave of the sea, massive, you know, cold, you know, calm waters, and then, you know, waves crash, and then go back out again. So that's a bit like life. So I think to make a better life is all in your thinking. And if I could guide you to do anything at all, it would be to be aware that you have this incredible gift, this ability to think what you want. And nobody else knows what we think, you know. We are like dual beings. We present one thing and we think another. So I think learning through your daily life that you can make things happen through your thoughts, literally. And it's going to take a while, because you know, you'd have to have lots of optimism and lots of gratitude every day. I literally wake up in the morning and I think all the time, all the things I'm grateful for. First of all, that I'm awake and I'm alive and I'm here for another day on this incredible planet. You know, we're a dodgy lot, human beings. You know, we murdered 100 million of our own species since the 20th century, and we are systematically, dismantling our ecosystem. And you are the generation that can make a huge difference to this, massively so. I have grandchildren older than you, and some your age, and I'm so pleased to see that they're aware of their environment, and you've got so many opportunities. I would very strongly suggest that if you get the chance to have a look at a DVD, it's called The Secret, and it's about our law of attraction. And I think it would really help you focus what you want to do in your life bit by bit. Because I don't think anybody would likely put up their hand if I say, do you know what you want to do for the rest of your life? Because I think at this time in your life it's very hard to do that. But I do think playing with life is a really, really beautiful thing, and it's a facility that we've all got, our ability to think, you know. Synchronicity, be aware of the things around you. You know, you meet people and you go, oh yes, I know that, oh yes, I saw that, oh I've got one of those. And you'll generally find that, you know, that you'll synchronistically, you know, find yourself in the right places if you're aware of playing a game with life. You know, school is a great thing actually, that you can all make friends with. A lot of people I know, my friends, have still got a school friend that they know. They meet you at your weddings, they'll meet you at your time of life when you have children and stuff like that. So it's a great foundation, and you've got these amazing people who want to teach and want to be there and give of themselves. Really try and take advantage of that. I wish I had, for sure. But being aware is very, very important. And writing things down brings things from that no-space arena where thoughts arise. You know we've got them, but we can't see them. You could give me your hand, but you couldn't put a thought in there, but you've definitely got them, and we have 50 to 60,000 of them a day. Now that's quite a lot to sort of sort through, but start making a plan of the dreams. And they say, if you make of life a dream, and of that dream a reality, it really helps. And I think Mark Twain, although don't quote me on this, probably got it wrong, said, tell me a person's thoughts today, and I will show you their future tomorrows. So I would be looking at things like, make of life a dream, and of that dream a reality, as telling you that it's all out there for you. So you're not alone, you can learn from books, you can learn from these inspiring people that are willing to come here, because you are definitely the cream of the crop. There are 20 young girls here today, roughly I think, who are going to do amazing things with their lives, even if you don't think it now. You will look back one day and you are there. You got yourselves up, you got yourselves transported, you've come here for today to listen to us lot here. Esther started her life in a baby's home, as she told you. I went into a children's home as well, and you know, life is full of, you know, crap at times, it really is. You know, but you have to rise above it, and if you start writing things down, you bring them from that no space arena where thoughts thoughts reside and you bring them into your physical reality. So get The Secret. It's a DVD. It's by a lady called Rhonda Byrne. I think you can get it free. If you can't, write to me, email me, text me. I'll see you get a copy of it for sure. I'd be delighted to do that. There's wonderful books out there. You'll See It When You Believe It by Dr. Wayne Dyer. I know that you're young. I didn't start on this journey till my 20s, so 4 or 5 years older than you are. But I am so glad I did. And I 100% put my now current dreams come true situation because I looked at the mind and how it works. And when I was filled with neurosis and lack of confidence and had no assertiveness or anything else, I used to go, whoa baby, this is my mind. I decide the thoughts that go in here. And if you can get that principle and start working with it now, can you imagine? You will be literally opening up to the true geniuses that you already are. You are geniuses, every one of us. We have a brain that works way better than any computer, and we have opportunities now to do incredible things. And the fact that you're here today tells me, and also I also see things, I see things, globes around people, and there are lots of bouncing lights here today, and it's a really interesting thing for me to watch. So if you want me to give you any ideas, I will give you my number and you can text me or you can email me, although I've got about 20,000 unanswered emails. But let me tell you, I will help anybody in any way get on a journey to make their own life, because you have to make your own life. There is no one else going to do it for you. And the best thing you can ever do to have a good life is to think big. And if you can think big, just think bigger and bigger. There are no limits save the ones that you put on yourself. So I hope that this is thought-provoking, if nothing else. But here we are, me and my little children's home, and now I run the biggest company of its kind in the world. We turn over millions. I pay out millions in taxes, Esther. Which keeps us going. I used to say that. And I have my children work with me, which is extraordinary, because they're, so the family that I lost, which was the only thing I was ever interested in, was having a family. Now I have them and my grandchildren, so there's 12 of us, so I've got a big family. Well, in my head I've got a big family. And all I ever wanted was loads of hair to be like a mermaid. And I saw a film called Splash, and ended up sort of taking Hollywood technology and turning it into mainstream for women like myself, who had lost hair, and girls with scars and wounds and burns and surgeries and cancers. They come to us in droves. I have 200 people a day coming into our London studio, and it's like something out of James Bond, according to some journalists, and it's very, they walk in and there's champagne and cocktails and fun, and we make it really, really nice. And there was nothing like that when I was growing up. And it's changed the lives of many, many women. So this came through me and through my thoughts. So I'd be delighted to help any of you if you need it. Can't think of anything else to say, but just that it's a pleasure to be here and to see the future. And I've got grandchildren your age, and I'm proud of them for sure. I bet your families are proud of you too. But you don't really need that. You just have to be proud of yourselves. Okay? Anything?